welcome to Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I am one of your hosts.
I'm Tim.
Tim, how are you doing on this lovely week?
I am hungry.
Hungry? Hungry, you say? I just watched you eat a whole bag of munchies.
Yeah. I mean, I wish we wouldn't talk about this. I try not to eat Frito-Lay munchies a lot.
Yeah, Tim, you looked like a marijuana addict buying those at the store.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they make a... You know my weakness for, like, snack mixes.
You know my weakness? Damn.
No. Men.
Men.
Is
yeah.
how the song goes.
Right.
I mean, that's how the song goes. The defensive homophobe, apparently. Jesus.
Yeah, you walked right into my trap, Tim.
Yeah. So anyway, I like a snack mix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't want just...
Well, you like Chex Mix.
I like Chex... Hey, I like Cheez-It Party Mix.
Mm-hmm.
I like Munchies, for Christ's sake.
But don't you have a problem with the off-brand Chex inside the Cheez-It Party Mix?
No, I was excited about it,
Oh.
and I told you about it, and you didn't believe me.
I still don't believe you, Tim.
What?
I think in your heart of hearts, you think that's a betrayal.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's just a corn snack or whatever it is. Well, I don't even know what Chex is.
Yeah, it's a corn snack. It's made out of corn.
Yeah, but some of them are wheat. There's corn Chex, there's wheat Chex.
Oh, yeah. Because
Yeah.
there's the dark ones and the light ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is...
I like the wheat ones better.
See...
They're saltier.
No, you're a deviant, if that's the case. You're a real sicko.
You got a strong opinion about this. I knew there had to be a strong opinion somewhere about your Chex Mix.
Yeah, I have a lot of strong opinions about Chex Mix.
So I'm a
They're
deviant.
both good.
I'm
both
a deviant
good.
for liking the dark ones, but you have no problem with the Cheez-It company just blatantly ripping off.
It's just corn, man. It's fine.
Oh, come on.
Everything's made of corn these days.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, it is a great time to be alive. If we're talking, just snack mixes. Sorry, I get very heated when I talk about.
Yeah, you're getting all Tim. You're. Are you crying?
Just let me express myself, Tom.
Yeah, but I mean, there's tears rolling down your cheeks.
Yeah, maybe I do get a maybe some things are important
There's
to me,
a
Tom.
lot
I know
of-
that's not cool to have important things in your life, things you care about, things you're passionate about. But guess what?
I'm just saying, wipe your face, Tim. There's a bunch of snot coming out of your nose.
Yeah, all right, just give me a second.
Too emotional.
Just give me 1 second.
All right.
If we're limiting our worldview to just snack mixes,
Which we aren't, but
no, for the sake of argument,
yeah.
Tom,
You would
don't-
love that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think there's never been a better time
Mm-hmm.
in history. You have so many people in the snack mix game.
Mm-hmm.
You have each brand, Chex Mix, the Cheez-It Party Mix. You got all the off-brand stuff.
Yeah.
They all have all these different varieties within their product lines. You get a mix. You get a snack mix with whatever you want in there.
A mix of snack mixes. if
Yeah,
you will.
exactly. You never mix snack mixes. That's a faux pas.
Yeah,
Tom.
you know what? Actually, I bet that would be terrible. I bet
Yeah.
that would highlight some weird inconsistencies between snack mixes.
Well, everything. And well, here's the thing:
Mm-hmm.
the spices make it all, right? And inconsistent spices.
Yeah, here's some of those aren't
the thing
compatible.
Is, the thing that really ties a snack mix together
Mm-hmm.
is that whatever you put in there, you're dumping the same seasoning on all of it,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So never mix them.
Right.
Is this what is I'm running a seminar here.
Yeah, you kind of are, Tim. I wouldn't be surprised if some headhunters from the snack industry reach out to you after this.
There would be no better move.
Yeah,
For-
to be
for
a
them.
consultant
No, for them to reach out to me.
Yeah.
Because I will work cheap. I will do this.
for snacks.
I will do it literally for snacks.
Yeah.
And I don't say peanuts because keep peanuts out of snack
come on. You don't
mixes.
like peanuts
No,
in your
that's
Chex Mix?
ridiculous. No, that's absurd.
No, it's great. I mean, it doesn't really mix well. They kind of all go to the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been putting peanuts in a lot of things lately.
Yeah, well, seemingly accidentally bought a bunch of peanuts?
No, I didn't accidentally. I did it purposefully.
You bought so many peanuts.
Tim, these salty caramel peanuts are so good.
Yeah, but I can't imagine they mix well with anything.
Oh, those I don't really put in other stuff. I have other peanuts for that.
How many packages of peanuts do you have
It's
in your
none
home
of your
right
beeswax. 9. 10. Yeah, 10 packages of peanuts.
now? Tommy.
All right, 23 packages
All
of
right.
peanuts. But so you bought a bag of munchies.
Yeah.
Despite not being a marijuana addict.
Right, and it's low rent snack food, right?
Yeah, it's I just always assumed, because what's in munchies? It's
Doritos.
Doritos, Fritos, Rolls
Yeah.
Gold pretzels.
Yeah, but not even like the thinnest pretzel sticks they make. Everything's real flimsy.
Sun chips?
Yeah.
But is it real sun chips?
Yes,
They're like
it's sun
thinner.
chips. Well, I think there's a separate like machine for all the things that
right. Yeah,
like,
because
these
they're not
aren't-
like real Doritos in there. There's something
No.
off about them.
And then you also have the crunchy Cheetos.
I said that.
I don't think you did. You
I
said
said-
Fritos.
Oh, I meant Cheetos, but there are Fritos in there too.
I think so. But they're all like, it's like they made like off-brand versions of all their flagship products, put it together, put way too much nacho cheese powder on it,
Yeah,
and then sold it to me because I didn't eat dinner.
yeah. and look at you now, still hungry.
Yeah, and my hands are covered in red dust.
Oh, I thought that was just an ailment you had.
Did you think I went to Mars,
I thought you went to Mars.
the red planet, and
Yeah.
I was just picking up all the sand?
Yeah, I want to say, hey, what's with the red dusty hands?
Yeah, you
red
don't-
dusty hands.
Yeah, you didn't want to be like, hey, did you just come from Mars?
Yeah. 'Cause what if you had?
Yeah. Well, it's a safe bet because men are from Mars, and
Exactly, that's where I originally came from. Did you have a point with why you're talking about the munchies? The munchies, the
No,
titular munchies.
I just. All right, yeah. I like a snack mix,
Mhm.
but whenever you buy the munchies, and I only bought the munchies because it was a single serve
Right.
bag. I didn't want to bring a whole friggin'
yeah, it's
huge-
close to the checkout.
Yeah. They always like look at you like, especially
Yeah.
I bought these at a supermarket.
Yeah.
So when you just go in
and
and
it
buy
was
like
the only thing you bought, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like you had to put it on the
Conveyor
belt.
belt,
Yeah.
yeah.
And like you watch your one thing go like
You could have walked it up.
yeah, but if the belt's there, let the belt do the work. They're paying for that belt. They want to. I imagine that's kind of fun for the cashier too,
What?
moving things along on the belt.
Yeah, but I feel like nowadays the belt's too. It's not as long as they used to be.
Yeah, I know.
Right? What happened? Why?
I don't know. I think that might just be city versus suburbs.
Yeah, we don't have as long.
Do they have a
counters.
foot pedal for that conveyor belt?
Damn, it's a switch, and then where are you, George Bush Senior, not knowing how UPC codes work?
I never see them. I see the thing move while they're doing things on the register.
Tim, how much is a gallon of milk? Or are you that out of touch with the American
I
public?
always make a point
Mhm.
to look when I'm in the supermarket how much a gallon of milk.
Just in case you're asked.
Yeah, just so like you can never paint me as somebody who's out of touch.
but you don't know how the conveyor belt works.
How does it work? Where's
There's
the switch? Where's the switch?
It's on the conveyor belt. I mean, it's
What?
on their side, not your side. Obviously, that would cause havoc.
Oh man, imagine they gave customers the reins to the conveyor belt.
And then there's a little infrared beam that you know.
I understand about the
well,
scanning
come on,
the
don't.
codes.
Why would it be a foot pedal? Do you think
So you could keep your hands free, Tom. I think that's
yeah,
a
but
great
do you
idea.
think it would-
If that's not the case right now, there's somebody in the grocery store conveyor belt manufacturing game right now that's listening to this, and they're like,
furiously taking notes?
yeah, exactly. And they're like, well, I'm going out to friggin' King Cullen tomorrow and selling them 15 new units.
King Cullen went out of business like 10 years ago. Tim, you are out of touch.
Go down to the A&P.
Yeah. Look, I know you can go down to King Cullen, get a gallon of milk for 32 cents. Do you think that it should be a foot pedal because you think it's like a magic trick, that it should be kind of You shouldn't
Tom,
be
hold
able
on.
to
First
see
of all,
how
I
it
don't
works.
I don't like your tone, your condescending tone. Look, I think a cashier has so much to do with their hands.
Scanning the items, sometimes punching things in,
Exactly. Handling coupons,
handling cash,
bagging groceries.
sometimes bagging groceries. Sometimes they got a separate bagger, but not always.
Sometimes they had to move that little stick that people put between the
Yep.
things and put it back on the side because people are too lazy to do that themselves.
Sometimes they need to pick up the radio to do a price check.
Yeah. So there's sometimes they have to open the thing with the key.
Mm-hmm.
There are many things that they had to rip the receipt off, fold it, put that in the bag, or hand it to you. All this time is valuable conveyor belt time. So I think a foot switch.
But then you need cashiers with more like coordination.
What are you saying about the cashiers of America?
No, I'm not saying that they can't handle it, but I'm just saying, that's another aspect you have to take into account when you're hiring. Like, can you multitask with all your? Here, we're gonna sit you down at a drum kit and see if you can play the drums.
Yeah,
and then we'll know if you'll be able to handle the foot switch while doing things with your hands. And what about the other foot, Tim? That's just gonna have the day off. You're not gonna give that foot something to do.
I don't know. What could we have that other foot do?
Oh, that other foot probably controls when the 100,000th shopper gets there, and you need to release some balloons and confetti. All right, Tim. This week we're talking about the celebrity everybody's talking about, Jay Leno.
Jared Fogle.
No. Wait. Now I forget his name. Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not on the show.
Hey guys. No, he's not on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, he might be.
Do you think anybody downloaded
He
this
might
being
show
like,
up.
let's hear Tim and Tom talk to this, talk to the
Jared
Joker
Leto.
himself?
Well, for all they know, Tim, we could have the week off, and Jared Leto is method acting his way through this episode as both of us, and people would not be none the wiser.
Tom.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Jared.
Let's get this out of the way.
Uh-huh.
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Pro or con? Tom Reynolds.
Does he?
Is he a pro? Is he a golf pro? Or is he a convict?
Oh, I thought you were asking, is he pro or con Tom Reynolds?
No.
Is he for me or against me?
No, are you for him or against him? Is he a golf pro? Or an escaped convict? Rate him on 0 to 100 scale. 0 being bad. 100 being spectacular.
It's hard to say, but I'd probably have to go with 0.
Really?
Yeah.
You hate his guts.
And you know what? I don't hate his guts, but
well, 0 would imply you hate his guts.
I don't hate his guts, but
Let's run it down. He's an actor.
yeah.
He's a musician.
Mm-hmm.
He's a magician or no?
No, he's
I
not a
bet
magician.
he knows some sleight of hand, though.
Maybe. If he does, we haven't heard about it.
He's a philanthropist.
Who isn't nowadays, though?
He is an activist.
Mm-hmm.
What else? He's an investor.
Yeah.
He does it all, Tom.
Yeah. And while looking gorgeous.
Yeah. He's an Oscar winner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see
You
what's
gonna
not
hold
to
that
like.
over my head again?
Yeah. So I think you're too hard on him.
I'm not. You know what? I just never, ever since My So-Called Life, Tim, the TV show, not My So-Called Life.
Yeah. You haven't liked him?
I've just never
Well,
been
Jordan
like
Catalano was kind of a shady character.
He loved that band Buffalo Tom. I remember that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what all the cool high school
I
boys
think
like.
yeah, I think there was like a whole episode where they were going to sneak off to a Buffalo Tom show.
Oh. Well, is it because like they could get Buffalo Tom
I think
to be
so.
on the show?
Yeah.
I bet Buffalo Tom is pretty cool, right? In like the college rock circuit back then.
Yeah. I think that was
I
a
don't know
pretty
anything about Buffalo
edgy
Tom.
pick.
I remember a scene in My So-Called Life when Claire Danes. Oh, I forgot. I hate Claire
Tim.
Danes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I like Jared Leto, Tom. I'm pro Jared Leto.
Well, that's just because you're anti Claire Danes.
Yeah, but aren't they friends?
No, they hate each other.
Do they?
No, I don't know.
Oh man, I thought I
I
was gonna
mean,
get some gossip.
it seems like there's never been a reunion of the two of them.
Yeah, but how would either of us know?
You don't follow them? I'll follow them around. No, but I mean, like, I feel like that's something you'd see a picture on the red carpet.
Yeah, but
And they'd be like, hey, look who we got together to smile.
isn't he like never on the red carpet? He's always like when a movie premieres, he's always like, oh, since they filmed this movie, he gained 600 pounds and is living in like the
No, he gained
slums.
600 pounds to be in the movie.
No, but then it'd be like, no, this one he
he's-
lost 100 pounds, and now he's gained 600 pounds to go
the
off,
next
and he's
one.
already embedded in some other thing to do research for a role.
Well, they've got him doing promotion for Suicide Squad, which I should say.
Wait, hold on. Let me talk about this, My So-Called Life
Okay.
episode. Claire Danes was bonding with her dad at the end,
Uh-huh.
and he's like,
I always liked her dad on that show.
yeah, I don't remember. And he's like, ooh, well, I'll never like the kind of music you like, I bet. I mean, what are you into these days? And she was like,
Smash Pumpkins.
no, she went, I don't know, like a bunch of bands. She named a couple, and she's like, and porno for pyros.
Uh-huh.
And the dad went like, well, I'll never understand. And then it ended, and then it's like, this show is beloved.
Yeah.
People, this show spoke to me. It's dumb. All right, so anyway, you go. Aren't you glad I went back to that?
You weren't watching that as a teenager thinking, like, people love this show?
I remember Beverly Hills 90210. I was like, I shouldn't watch that. That's for grown-ups. I'm so surprised now that everybody's like, yeah, I watched that when I was like 10. It was formative.
I feel like my mom would watch that show sometimes, and I would.
Well, she was a teen.
Right. But I would like kind of like sit and watch it because I was kind of like, oh, I should watch this because it's for people my age, and just thinking it was the most boring thing, and thinking like, oh yeah, of course my mom likes this. It's like a soap opera. It's like a mom show.
Well, your mom seems pretty cool, Tom.
Yeah. Well, and all those actors were like my mom's age, playing teenagers.
Yeah.
Tim, I'm allowed to make worn out jokes from 20 years ago. They're fresh
This
again.
isn't the Jay Leno episode, Tom.
Hey, you see the show, Beverly Hills 90210? All
right, sorry.
I was going to say,
Suicide Squad.
yeah, that I should say, I've not seen, we're recording this before Suicide Squad is out, but the reviews are out.
Right. Tom,
I will
let
be
me ask you
seeing
this.
Suicide Squad tomorrow.
Oh, that's my question. And how will you be seeing it?
Tim, I'll be seeing it the most expensive way possible.
Opening night.
Opening night in 4DX.
What is that?
Well, you've heard
Wait, 4DX?
of... Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let's run
Okay.
through this. Okay.
See, you've heard of 2D. That's the way you see a lot of movies.
Yeah, that sucks. I hate movies. It's flat.
Yeah.
I don't get air blown in my face.
Well, Tim, you're jumping the gun. A 2D movie you're going to see, and it's like, what is this? Is this even real? Or is this just
It's
like
a piece of
moving
paper.
picture?
Yeah, I could just rip it. I feel like I can tear it in two.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be afraid of these bad guys. I could tear them right in half.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, 3D.
Makes me sick, Tom.
3D bumps it up a notch, gives you another D, another dimension.
Yeah. Another D for dumb, though, right? Because, like,
Yeah, because it's still not real.
yeah, it's like I don't feel like I'm in a movie. It's like
Yeah.
if it's in a
I'm
car,
seeing it all around me.
yeah,
but
that's fine. That's well and good. It's not like a piece of paper,
if,
but
if anything, it's more confusing.
yeah. But if I'm in if it's an action-packed scene, why am I just stationary watching this?
It doesn't
thing
make
happen?
any
Yeah.
sense.
So now, what's this other thing?
Well, 4DX, which stands for 4 Dimensions Extreme,
oh. right.
I assume at least.
Yeah. Well,
Is-
because like you would think 4D would suffice.
Yeah, but it wouldn't, Tim, because you know what? It doesn't just add one new dimension, it adds a few.
How long have they been just like adding X to things to make it sound cooler?
And how long has it worked?
Well, for dummies, like for half of us, it works.
I mean, think about movies, Tim. They were like, this movie's X rated. Then they were like, this movie's triple X rated.
Yeah, that's true.
People are like, oh my
Was
goodness.
there a difference between X and triple X?
I don't think so. I don't know where triple X came. I mean, I think it just came from like, well, what's more extreme than extreme?
Yeah.
And X wasn't even for extreme. I think it was just X for like, no.
Oh, no. You mustn't. Oh, no, but you certainly mustn't.
So I'm seeing in 40X. 40X, Tim, is so there's you got the 3D. You're wearing the glasses. You're seeing all that.
Yeah.
But
sitting like a bump on a log.
But you're not sitting on like a bump on a log, Tim, because the chair moves with the movie. The chair can move all around. It can rumble. It can move. I think it might be able to do like a low-grade electrocution.
Wait, what?
Or at least make it feel like you're being electrocuted.
Oh, yeah, there was a video game like that. It wasn't a video game. It was at an arcade. You sat there and you held on to that thing.
Yeah.
It was at Dave & Buster's.
Yeah, that thing was great. It was an electric chair.
Yeah.
And you had to see how long you could hold on.
I could hold on to that forever, Tom.
Me too. I could hold on until the smoke came out.
What was that?
It was fake smoke.
Like not of you.
Not of me, no.
It's like, Tom, that probably you should have let go.
So the 40X, though, the seats move. That's one thing.
Okay.
But that's not it. That's not all. Also, it can rain inside the theater.
What does that entail?
Water coming down from the ceiling.
But, like, does that ever happen?
Yeah. I don't think, like, a lot. I don't think it's like a
Wait,
downpour.
it gets all your stuff wet?
Yeah.
That stinks. When I go outside and it's raining, I have an umbrella.
Well, you can bring an umbrella in the theater.
No, I don't think you can, Tom.
It can shoot water at you.
Okay. Yeah.
Like from
great.
the
Finally, we have that
from the front, presumably just in case you brought an umbrella.
Yeah.
They can still get you.
Right.
Wind can come out of that thing too.
Yeah.
But then also smells, Tim. It's got smell-o-vision built right in.
And that's all. That's 4 dimensions, all right.
Yeah, well, it's even more. That's why they need the X in there.
Yeah, that's true.
So with all that combined, basically, I'm going to be in the movie tomorrow.
Do they like film movies? Like, do they have a checklist? Like the studio's like, I want you to direct this movie. All right, here's the checklist of all the things. There's got to be a scene in the rain. Mm-hmm. There's got to be a scene in the wind. There's got to be a scene where somebody shoots a water gun playfully at the other person. There's got to be a scene where, right, or where somebody has a flower on their lapel, and you go in to sniff it, and it shoots water at them.
Well, the Joker, that's perfect. If that doesn't happen, I'm walking out.
Yeah. What if there's acid in it? Do they fill up the seats with acid?
Yeah, probably a little bit of. I mean, at least put some citric acid in there.
So basically, how much did you pay for this?
Well, Tim, you know what? When you're looking at an experience like that, money is no object.
So probably like $20, $25?
It was $30 a ticket.
Jesus. I know this because you were just like, hey, do you want to go see Suicide Squad on
opening night?
And I was like, nope. And you're like, nah, it'll be fun.
It's only $30.
Yeah.
But I will say one of the big perks is that you get reserved seats with that, which in the U.S. is
do that
rare.
Without jostling you around the whole time.
Right.
I don't want to get jostled around, Tom.
But for an opening night,
that's not like a value add. That's not like, cool. Like now I get to do this.
For opening night for a big movie, for a big summer blockbuster, it's worth it to pay $30. It might not be worth it to be jostled around, but worth it to pay $30 just so I don't have to like get there an hour early and wait in line.
You're paying more than $1 per freshness percent on Rotten Tomatoes.
You had to go through a lot of linguistics gymnastics to get there. It's worth it to me, Tim. I get
a bad movie.
Yeah, I get so few joys in life.
Yeah, you do. Sad.
I make a lot of sacrifices in my day to day.
Well,
this is the one.
Well, here's the thing that I don't understand.
That I get.
You know, you're not gonna like this movie.
Right.
At best, you're gonna be like, it was all right. Okay.
Right.
Like there were
I'm
elements.
not gonna be like, I want to see it again.
Right. Ooh, we get back on the jostling.
Well, and
chair.
from what I've read about the last movie that they were showing in that theater, because it's only like one theater.
People got like limbs stuck in machines, right? That's what I'd be afraid of.
Well,
what if you had to get up and go to the bathroom?
You got to time it when the water comes on so nobody notices.
The 4D seat should also be a toilet.
In a way, it is. The one thing that I would be afraid of, because like my trepidation going into it was, yeah, but I bet they use the effects very sparingly. Apparently they don't. Apparently the seat never stops moving.
Yeah.
The one review I read, they're like, yeah, this is not a pleasant way to see a movie, because you go in there with a nice big popcorn and soda that immediately gets drenched, and then you're like trying to sip and eat while you're being randomly moved around.
That's fine with me.
And while they're probably having fart smells come out.
If it would prevent somebody next to me
from
eating? Like one freaking popcorn kernel at a time for 2.5 goddamn hours.
Mm-hmm.
You people are maniacs. Just eat at home. Don't go somewhere and just be like, let me get this. Like, yeah, you know you're going to a movie.
Once again, Tim's rant against restaurants. The idea of restaurants.
Well, here's the thing.
Eat at home, you sickos.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk about this up top, but you were going on and on about
the munchies.
The munchies.
The literal munchies.
I heard somebody on the train being like, oh, you have to go to this restaurant. It's so great. Do you like any restaurants?
What? Yeah, I like restaurants.
No, if I
you don't like somebody recommending another restaurant. So if somebody recommended a restaurant to you, you'd be like, "Oh, you like a restaurant?"
No, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean, Tom. You're twisting my words. If I said to you, Tom, what's a restaurant you love? I want to go to a restaurant I've never been to.
TGI Fridays.
See, you don't have one. You have a joke answer, which is you have a joke answer for everything in your goddamn life, Tom. But you don't have a real thing where you go where it's like, oh,
well, I'm not being put on the spot. This wasn't somebody saying, hey, what restaurant should I go to? And somebody being like, you gotta go. It's presumably they went the night before, and now they're telling their friend.
No, I think it was somebody asking, like, oh, where should I go? Like, I have to go in this.
Oh, well, yeah. If like you're in a neighborhood, sure.
Okay, I'm going out to dinner in Soho tomorrow.
There's a TGI Fridays right in Times Square.
See. Hey, Tom. Did you know this? Not all ingredients are created equal.
I did.
Fresh, high-quality ingredients taste better and are better for you, so it's important to know where your food comes from. That's right, Tom. Blue Apron is sponsoring the show this week.
Woo-hoo.
And they know all about that thing that I was just saying about the
ingredients,
They send you a box of food, a recipe, and the recipe, get this, contains all the food they've sent you.
Right. That makes sense.
So they send you all this fresh, healthy food, and they're like, here, make it into a meal. We'll show you how.
Yeah.
They're not
going to throw a bag of munchies in there.
No, definitely not.
No.
They have a bunch of quality food, Tom. In fact, Blue Apron has established partnerships with over 150 local farms, fisheries, and ranchers across the United States, and as a result, seafood is sourced sustainably under standards developed in partnership with the Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch.
Okay.
That sounds legit.
Sounds official.
The beef is raised humanely, chickens are free range, pork is raised naturally. Bam, I'm sold.
Yeah.
So anyway, for less than $10 per meal, Blue Apron delivers seasonal recipes along with pre-portioned ingredients to make delicious home-cooked meals. Blue Apron knows that when you cook with incredible ingredients, you make incredible meals, so they set the highest quality standards for their community of artisanal suppliers, family-run farms, fisheries, and ranchers. Tom?
Yes.
Here are some of the meals available in
Ooh,
August.
Finally, Tim. Tease me with these meals.
August 2016. Meals. Spiced pork burgers with goat cheese and cucumber corn salad. That sounds
I really
good.
like goat cheese.
Yeah, me too, right?
Yeah.
Summer vegetable and quinoa bowl with fairy tale eggplants.
Ooh, it sounds...
Shishito peppers and corn. Or how about chicken tinga tacos with summer squash and tomato salsa?
Man, that all sounds good.
Yeah, they're sending you all this food. It's
Yeah.
Tom, You and I have both tried Blue
Yeah.
Apron. I was skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
You might have been skeptical. I
Yeah.
don't know. Amazing. It was a great
Like
experience.
the best,
I loved it.
best
I
meals
loved
I've
it.
ever
Yeah.
had, and I made them.
You will love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. That's blueapron.com/guide. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. It's really great. They'll send you 3 free meals with free shipping.
Yeah.
Try it out. We're telling you it's good. It's legitimately good. We don't even have to say this part. Like, do it. They're sending you free food, and it's really good food.
Yeah, you'll
You
love it.
support the show, too, by doing it. Blueapron.com/guide. Tom, Jared Leto. Let's get down to it.
Yeah.
Let's get down to brass tacks here.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Didn't we used to call him Jared Leto?
I never did.
I thought that was a thing.
I thought we called him Jay Leno.
No, that's a Tom. I've been telling you that. I told you over the break. This is
A
different guy
man.
completely. Yeah.
Jay Leto.
No. Now I'm forgetting. Jared Fogle,
He used to host the Tonight Show.
the Subway pitchman. He used to be fat. Now he's skinny. Yeah, that's
No, he's
Jared
fat again now.
Who? Jared Leto?
No, Jared Fogle. He's fat again in jail.
Are they both? They're both. Yeah.
They're both in jail. They're all in jail.
Man, imagine Jay Leno went to jail.
Yeah, what is this? I gotta go to jail though?
He'd go to jail for manslaughter if he like mowed somebody down in one of
Vehicular
his classes cars.
manslaughter.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of times you get away with vehicular manslaughter. Or you get very light sentences
I don't know. I feel like Leno would.
with one of the steam-powered cars.
Yeah. He'd get like a lot of people would get caught up in the gears, and
Yeah.
they'd have to send them away.
We had to pull all these people out of this jalopy.
Yeah.
You don't want to see what happened to the crank that starts it.
He was just cracking jokes the whole time.
Yeah. And
He
you
wasn't even
kept-
helping.
You just kept asking us if we had seen this, if we had heard about this.
So Jared Leto
Yeah.
entered our hearts,
Mm-hmm.
or some of our hearts, My So-Called Life.
Yeah.
Then went on to play a bunch of other play a bunch of other roles.
Yeah. He decided this acting thing was for him.
Yeah, he got a taste of it and loved it. Tom,
Just like Claire Danes.
his first big break,
Mm-hmm.
Prefontaine. You see this movie?
I did not, but I remember I
there-
remember seeing ads for it and thinking, why would I care about this movie?
It was a guy. It was like a Running Man, but not the Running Man.
Well, Tim, you just hit the nail on the head.
You know what I was thinking about the movie The Running Man?
What's that?
Arnold Schwarzenegger's in that.
Yeah.
I bet he's not very good at running.
No, he runs in the movies pretty good at it.
Yeah, but like for like how long? Like he can maybe run for 50 yards
Why do you think Arnold Schwarzenegger can't run that far?
because he's too like bulky.
Yeah, but he's in phenomenal shape.
He's a lifter, not a cardio
I
guy.
guarantee Arnold Schwarzenegger could beat you in a foot race, even today.
Even today?
Oh, especially
I
today.
don't think so. I'm faster than you'd think I'd be.
All right. Well, we'd have to do one short
Do you
distance
think
and long
you could
distance.
beat me in a race right now?
How long of a race?
100-yard dash.
Yeah, I could beat you on a 100-yard dash. I got longer legs.
Yeah, but also you smoke 4 packs a day.
Yeah, but that's fine. They're cloves, Tim.
All right. So he was in that movie.
Prefontaine.
But I want to point this out, Tom.
And that was the prequel to Fontaine, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. There were actually
Now, did Fontaine ever come out?
There were 2 movies about that guy.
Yeah, what was the other one?
I don't know, like
I remember when those came out. It was like, why are they making 2 movies about a guy running?
I don't understand why you hate this guy, Steve Prefontaine, so much.
I already saw what's it called?
The Running Man?
Well, yeah, obviously the Running Man, but Forrest Gump.
The last third of Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Or the last 45 minutes of Forrest Gump that
Yeah, a lot
that
of
came
it's
after,
about the
like,
running.
Yeah, after 3 hours of like hits from the 60s.
Yeah. Now we're just going to watch this guy run. I think that's what turned me off to the whole running genre.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah. It's like I didn't like that part of a movie, and that was just a part, let alone a whole movie.
I went into
let
that
alone
movie.
2 whole movies.
Yeah, I was thinking that movie was called Forrest Grump.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was going to be like a comedy about some grumpy... I thought it was in the Grumpy Old Men
Franchise.
series. Yeah. Grumpy old man, grumpier old man, Forrest Grump. Probably the son of one of the grumpy old men.
Or just like now they're in a forest.
Oh, yeah.
And boy, are they not happy about it.
None of that happened. But he immersed himself in the runner's life, Tom. He trained for 6 weeks, and like he hung out with that guy's friends and family. And he was critically acclaimed for it, Tom. And I think Jared Leto was just like, I know this acting thing.
Yeah.
I got to become the man that I'm playing. Tom, he was in the movie Urban Legend.
Yeah, which I don't think I ever saw.
He was in Fight Club. Now, earlier, you and I were sitting around.
Yeah.
We were like, let's do this about Jared Leto. We've been doing a lot of research about him lately.
Yeah, why don't we put it to use?
And I was like, hey, I forgot he was in Fight Club.
Yeah.
And you let out a belly laugh. Like I had, ha ha, you idiot.
Yeah.
You don't remember that Jared Leto is in Fight Club?
Yeah.
Explain yourself.
Well, and then when I did that, you were like, well, it's not like he was like one of the stars of that movie. Tim, his name was on the poster. He was top billed.
He was not top billed.
He was top billed.
It was Brad Pitt and Ed Norton.
Yeah.
Helena Bonham Carter.
Uh-huh.
At the very least, he was fourth billed.
Well,
at most, he was fourth billed.
He might have been fifth after Meatloaf.
Meatloaf a day.
What?
His name is Meatloaf a day.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why is that his name?
His last name is a day.
Oh, well, why'd he change his first name to Meatloaf then?
Because that's the name that he wanted to get. How do you know he changed his name?
Meatloaf a day is an even funnier name than Meatloaf.
That's something that doctors advise against.
Yeah. USDA regulations, Meatloaf a day. Yeah, no, he was, so okay, he was fourth or fifth billed.
Yeah.
You still get on the poster for that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that, like, he was, well, okay. I'll give you
a star turn.
I'll give you $50 right now, Tom. I have $50.
Okay.
What was his name? What was he billed as?
Angel Face?
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, give me that $50.
I don't really have $50.
Oh.
Tom, I need this money. I'll do it. I'll do it right now. I'll give it to you, but afterwards you have to give it back. I'll do it for like the sake of the podcast, just to save face. But can you give it back when we're done?
Yeah, but you have to present it to me, like on your knees, like and hold it up. Like I'm the king.
I'll give you like an oversized check.
Okay,
I'm not gonna grovel.
But we have to take a picture with the oversized check.
Yeah,
together.
sure.
Okay. And then we have to go to the bank together for me to cash it.
But like, how many scenes was he in Fight Club? Maybe 5.
He was in a bunch of scenes. He was in throughout that movie. Ed Norton beat the hell out of him.
Yeah. And then like you didn't see him for the rest of the movie.
No, you did. You saw him again. You're like, man, look at his face. He got the hell beaten out of him.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think he really got beat up to prepare for that role?
Yeah, probably. That sounds like something he would have done.
See, I don't see why you dislike him so much. Is it because the Joker thing?
Yeah, Tim, because here's what I don't get that nobody's pointed out. Again, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I've seen, the previews like everybody else, and his Joker looks terrible and ridiculous, but that's an opinion of mine. But something that is an objective fact that I have not seen anyone point out is, his Joker's got like gold teeth in the movie.
Uh-huh.
In all the previews I've seen, he's talking like he's got Halloween vampire teeth in. Like he's like, hello, Spatman. Like he sounds, it's like, I don't understand.
Maybe that was just a choice.
But I don't understand how on the first day they were like, all right, we're going to do this thing with the gold teeth. They weren't like, oh no, you sound like you've got Halloween vampire teeth in. So
maybe it wasn't the teeth. Maybe it was like, hello. And they were like, Jared. And he was like, call me the Joker. And they were like, all right, hold on 1 second. We're going to fire you.
Hold on, I have to get Batman in here.
And they're like, hold on, we're going to fire you. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, what was the problem? And it turns out it wasn't the teeth.
It was definitely the teeth. Because they're over his real teeth.
Tom, this is wild speculation. This is why you hate Jared Leto? Do you think he ruined the character of the Joker?
No,
Did he ruin your childhood?
No, you can't ruin the character of the Joker. But this
Can
was.
I tell you something about
what?
the Joker?
Yeah.
It's the most trite, stupid character.
You're the most trite, stupid character.
It's not interesting. No, you guys, you don't understand.
Yeah, you don't.
He's like super effed up. He'll like do all this effed up stuff, but like for no reason. His hair is green. That's so effed up, man.
No, that's what the problem is with this portrayal of the Joker. That's what they're taking from this character. Like,
what is the Joker character that's beyond like, no, he's just so effed up, man.
Because his whole purpose is just to
F things up.
F with Batman in particular.
Okay, that's what villains do. That's what comic book villains do.
Yeah, but he's obsessed with Batman. And obsessed
You're
with...
obsessed with Batman. Maybe you see a little bit of the Joker in
Maybe
yourself.
I do, Tim. And he's just obsessed with pushing his limits and trying to prove that Batman is not what he claims to be, what he aspires to be. That if the Joker can mess with him enough, he'll snap just like the Joker has.
Okay, so why don't you like Jared Leto because of this?
Because he's got damage tattooed on his forehead. It's like, we get it. Yeah, he's damaged. Like,
yeah, but like, here's the thing: the Joker isn't like this nuanced, like cool character that you think.
Look at Keith Ledger's portrayal of him.
Keith Ledger was fine. He was doing a Tom Waits impression.
No, you've said that's great, and that every time he appears on the screen, you're like, oh my God.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that. But that's only, you know what they also did? A neat little trick in the Dark Knight.
What's that?
Whenever he came on the screen, you're like, oh, awesome. It's because that movie was, I think, 4.5 hours long. And the rest of the movie sucked and was so boring. So, like, one guy with a little bit of charisma came on the screen, did something a little bit interesting, and I was like, oh, good, something's happening in this movie.
So you think the Joker's got charisma?
Keith Ledger has a lot of charisma.
Yeah. No, but that portrayal of the Joker did a great job with really encapsulating the mystery of him. That
how do you know that there's no mystery with Jared Leto?
No, because everything with this is like, oh, this Joker is like a gangster. He's like the head of a gang, and like a drug gang.
You're a classic. Judge him before you see him.
According to these reviews, pretty much everything that we've seen in the trailer is all he's in.
Right.
That there's really nothing else. That's what we've seen. And that's my problem with, and that's why, I'm not too overexcited for Suicide Squad in the first place, because it's the same thing as Batman v Superman, where before that movie came out, everybody's like, oh, I guess they're holding a lot back. I guess we don't really know who the villain is, what's really going to happen. And it's like, oh, no, there kind of wasn't a good villain, and no, you saw everything. And it sounds like this is the same thing where, up until a couple of days ago, people were like, oh, we don't really know who the villain of this movie is. And it's like, oh, yeah, once again, there really isn't anything. It's like, oh, we don't know what the story is because there really isn't much of a story.
You have no idea, Tom.
I've read reviews.
You stink.
Are you defending Suicide Squad?
No, I'm just defending you getting all mad about a thing.
I'm not mad. No, I'm saying
you hate Jared Leto. The man played Mahoney in Police Academy, and you hate him.
He did not play Mahoney in Police Academy.
Wait, what?
No.
Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Steve Guttenberg, Tim.
That wasn't Jared Leto?
No, it wasn't Jared Leto.
Uh-huh.
You're thinking of Bill Clinton's favorite series of movies.
Yeah.
Police Academy.
I mean, yeah,
and one of his
Mahoney
favorite
is
actors.
the greatest character of all time. I thought that was Jared Leto.
No.
Oh.
Tim, he was but a boy when those movies came out.
Interesting.
Jared Leto is the man that killed John Lennon.
Yes, in the famous movie, the blockbuster hit, Chapter 27.
Starring
Jared Leto as Mark David Chapman.
And Lindsay Lohan.
That's a lady.
As the lady he loves.
Yoko? Did she play Yoko Ono?
That would have been incredible.
No, that would have been A mess.
I would have gone to see it then.
He
He gained a bunch of weight for that.
He gained 67 pounds.
That's a lot of weight.
It gave him the gout. That abrupt weight gain.
Yeah, kings used to get gout.
He had to use a wheelchair due to the stress of the sudden increase in weight put on his body.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you have the gout.
Yeah.
And
stop calling it the gout. It's just gout.
Yeah, well.
So, I mean, that seems like it would negate all the work he put in to look like
not
Mark
during
David Chapman.
Not during the filming.
So there's not a scene where he's wheeling up in a wheelchair to
I don't
to
think
assassinate
so. I don't
John
think
Lennon?
anybody actually saw the movie.
Yeah, who knows? Did that go straight to video?
I don't think so.
I think it did.
I don't think so.
I think it was like a big, like, oh, look, he's gaining weight. And then when they made the movie, they were like, this movie's not good.
Yeah.
Just put it out at Blockbuster.
It's fine. I don't see why. Look, I don't understand why you hate him so
He
much.
talks funny in that movie, too. He's like, oh, it's me, Mark David Chapman.
Yeah. That's how he sounded. Haven't you ever seen?
I don't like when actors change their voice.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
Here, Panic Room, Cornrows.
Yeah.
Really cool.
That movie stunk.
The movie was fine. It was a little tense at points.
Yeah. I didn't like it.
Okay.
It was like a really cool idea. Look, I'd love to have a panic room.
Why would you need a panic room? Nobody cares.
Just in case.
They're going to break in and steal my toys.
Yeah, Tim. What if
My Loot Crate loot.
Jared Leto and who else was in that? Forrest Whitaker.
Jodie Foster.
Yeah, well, Jodie Foster was in the panic room, but Forrest Whitaker and Jared Leto were the bad guys.
Yeah.
They were the Marv and Harry of the movie.
Yeah. Tom, it says a lot that it's a home invasion movie that, like, I'm not really down with.
Right. It's
David Fincher, too.
Yeah.
Cripes.
It's one of the biggest home invasion movies you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
Certainly one of the highest budgeted for home invasion, not forest invasion.
Forrest Whitaker invasion. He won an Oscar for the Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, I remember him winning that Oscar.
And you hated the fact that he won that Oscar. Did
no,
you see the movie?
I didn't see the movie.
Oh, I didn't see the movie either.
Yeah, I didn't hate that he won the Oscar.
Movies.
You know what? I don't hate him at all, despite giving him a 0 on a 0 to 1,000 scale. I think it's fascinating. You haven't talked about 30 Seconds to Mars, Tim, your favorite band.
Tom, I listened to 30 Seconds to Mars for the first time in my life today.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. I didn't like it.
Right.
It seemed overly serious.
If I recall, you said 30 Seconds to Mars is 30 seconds of my life I'll never get back.
I didn't say that, but I wish I did, Tom. I hope that gets attributed to me in the future.
You said you couldn't get through one song.
Yeah, I couldn't, and I tried a few.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. That's fine. I don't hate the man.
You said it was too serious.
Yeah, or it seemed overly serious.
Yeah.
It seemed like a little pompous.
Uh-huh.
But, Tom,
Yeah.
I hate your band.
Oh, come on. That's
and
not
I
fair.
like you. I
Yeah.
think you're a great guy.
But my band's fantastic.
Your band is not fantastic.
We're pretty good, Tim. We got a lot of label interest.
For those of you guys that don't know, Tom is one of the Frankie Valli and
Yeah, we're a tribute act, but there's a lot of interest in our original stuff too.
Right. The Jersey Boys.
Mhm.
What's the name of the band?
Walk Like These Men.
Walk Like These Men.
Yeah, and it's us.
Yeah.
We're the men.
And you do the high voice, Frankie Valli?
Yeah, I do the high.
And now, from my understanding,
Uh-huh.
they're not the real Frankie Valli songs. They're kind of sound alike.
They're kind of, yeah, because look, Tim, if we do the real Frankie Valli songs, then we got to give a little cut to his estate.
Yeah.
We skirt around that. Walk like these men. Talk like these men.
I just can't get into it, Tom.
Well, you'd be in the
All right.
minority at one of our concerts, Tim, because these ladies go wild.
Throw their bras on stage.
Yeah,
I don't
sometimes
think
more.
that anybody ever really did.
Yeah, people throw their bras on stage,
Well,
Tim.
it seems like hard getting your bra off while you're wearing a shirt.
Well, Tim, I got news for you.
What?
Sometimes that's not a problem.
I've never gone to a concert where there was a woman without a shirt on.
Well, you haven't really experienced rock and roll then, Tim.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been to a concert where somebody's whipped their shirt off.
Who? Where?
Where? Do you have pictures? Look, that's between me.
No, see, you always lie about weird stuff like this. Like, oh yeah, sure, I've done that.
Yeah, Tim, I go to a lot
Name
of
one concert that you went to where somebody took off their shirt.
Woodstock 99.
You do love Woodstock 99.
Yeah, Tim. That's why I won't shut up about it. It's the first time I saw boobies.
All right.
I hadn't even seen a picture of them before then.
All right. So, what don't you like? Like, you speak ill of Jared Leto almost more than any other celebrity.
Look, I just don't think he's gonna be a good Joker.
No, but you're like you were mad when he won that Oscar.
I wasn't
No,
mad.
I remember talking to you and you're like, that guy went up there and he's
you
like,
know what?
so serious. He's like, yeah, he's winning an Oscar.
I
What do
don't-
you want from him? Be like, oh yeah, no, I'm not as cool as I think. So
Well, he's serious when he's winning an Oscar. He's serious when he's playing with his band.
maybe he's a serious guy.
Yeah.
You ever think of that, Tom?
So you know what? If he's a serious guy, he shouldn't play a joker. A man who jokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too
Can't argue with
serious
that.
to be the Joker.
Yeah. One might ask, why so serious? Right?
Exactly. Throw it back in his face.
Maybe he wanted to prove how unserious he is, and
Yeah.
he failed.
Would you say that Jared Leto is the most successful actor to musician? To
Without
date?
a doubt.
Yeah, right?
But the other thing is, I had no idea that 30 Seconds to Mars was even still a band.
Yeah, and that's like why he hadn't been acting for a while, because he was too busy
took 5
being
years
emotional.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shut up with your, he's too busy being emotional. No, he was like playing to like stadiums around the
Yeah.
world of people that love his
emotional
music.
people.
It's not for you. You like a whole bunch of shit music, Tom. I'm sorry. But like, it's
Tim,
fine.
you say that about Frankie Valli one more time. Watch what happens. I just think it's ridiculous because, look, he's handsome and he looks younger than he is, but I just think it's silly that he's like a 44-year-old man singing emo songs.
All right, you went and saw the Foo Fighters with me, Tom.
Yeah.
A year ago. How old is Dave Grohl?
He's 103.
Yeah, he's 103 years old, and he's still singing those, like,
Yeah, but at
knockoff
least, I
emo
mean,
songs.
yeah.
Like, give me the best
But
of
at least he's
you."
not,
That
like-
song's not any worse than any 30 Seconds to Mars song.
But at least he's not wearing scarves and things.
So you think a 44-year-old man should comport himself in a...
Yeah. Have
But
some.
you love Steven Tyler, and he has so many scarves.
Well, he's different, Tim. He's not pussyfooting around with this scarf game. He's like, give me as many scarves as you have.
Say scarves, not
Scarves. And you know what? Any ones that I can't put on myself, I'll just put on the mic stand, so it's fine.
Yeah, he gussies up those mic stands so they
Oh.
sometimes look like a lady.
Yeah.
Mic stand looks like a lady.
Those are. You would be hard pressed to find a better looking mic stand.
Oh yeah, some of those va 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 voom.
All right. You have anything else about Jared Leto?
You know what? I think you punted on this, Tom. You've for years talked a big game of crap about Jared Leto, and this was my big opportunity to defend him, and
and you failed.
and in turn expose you for the fraud you are.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, well, I actually
Yeah,
don't
but
have
then
an opinion.
then everybody's listening to you being like, why is Tim so obsessed with Jared Leto? Jeez, Tom's just saying
You're
like,
just
yeah, I know.
mad at
God, how
successful
much-
people.
how
You're mad.
much-
You're mad that other people are successful,
how
and
much
you're just
does-
wallowing here in your failure.
How much does Tim love Jared Leto that he thinks he takes Tom's indifference so personally? He must really love him.
For years, before this Joker nonsense,
Uh-huh.
you have spoken so vehemently, so passionately against Jared Leto.
He's just too serious.
But Tom, who cares? Why do you hate him so much? For being serious?
Yeah.
I'll name another serious man.
Yeah, you can't think of one.
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan wasn't that serious. Timmy was in a fucking movie with a monkey.
Jared Leto was the Joker, a man who jokes.
Yeah. And couldn't joke well enough.
Yeah, well...
Maybe he's the best version of the Joker because he's making me feel how Batman feels. Maybe that's Batman's whole problem with him. Maybe Batman's just like, this guy's too serious. This guy takes himself so literally and so serious. I hate him. I'm just trying to have fun here, dressed like a bat. And this guy's bringing the whole thing down.
I'm very disappointed in you, Tom. You've misrepresented yourself on this show, and it's sad.
It's crazy.
Sad. No, it's very sad that you talk a big game, and then you knew I had the goods to really take you down, and then you pulled back. It's sad. It's really really sad.
Oh, it's sad that this is how you get off.
This is a Trumpian move on your part. It's the same as Trump pulling out of the debate.
Sorry, I like to win, Tim.
You know you were going to lose, so you refused to participate. That's sad. It's disgusting.
I will say two other things about Jared Leto. The one, it's crazy to me. So Jared Leto is 44. He's only 8 years younger than Jack Nicholas was when he played.
Jack Nicholson, Jesus Christ.
He's only 8 years younger than Jack Nicklaus was when he won the U.S. Open of Golf. Tim. You think Jack Nicholson won the big golf tournament?
I don't like when people are like, "Oh, did you know that Jared Leto is only 5 years younger than like Obama or whatever the case may be." It's like, yeah, I know. Everybody's a grown-up. It's fine. Like, some grown-ups are the president. Some grown-ups are actors.
Well, I'm just saying that Jack Nicholson was 52 when he did that move, and everybody's like, he's way too old to be the Joker. And you don't hear that about Jared Leto.
Because he looks like he's 25.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's crazy.
He's a handsome man.
He is a handsome man. I'll give him that. So that's one thing I have to say about him.
Okay.
And the other is that Heath Ledger did a great job as the Joker, but being the Joker, like acting as the Joker, is not hard. It's an overrated role.
I think
anyone...
I inherently agree with you.
Yeah.
I think you're a person who's who would say, you're the only person who thinks that people perceive that to be a difficult role.
People see that as a big deal
or whatever. Like, you spend a lot of time on the DC movie universe subreddit.
I don't post on there, Tim.
But you spend a lot of time there. You're constantly...
I don't spend a lot of time. I just look at it because those people on there are ridiculous.
You're referencing it a lot to me in our day-to-day
just in
life.
how these people are ridiculous.
But you go back and you read their opinions on things and you react to them.
Yeah, who else is going to tell these people on the internet they're wrong?
But here's the thing, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the world outside of that subreddit and the people that lurk on these subreddits, none of us are like, oh, the Joker's such a hard role. We're just like, oh no, all those movies are dumb.
Well, Tim, once again, you're woefully out of touch. You don't know how much milk costs. You don't realize what's going on in the world, and it's all on Reddit and specifically the DC Cinematic Universe subreddit.
Are you gonna abandon the DC? You know what? You tweeted about Jared Leto and Hot Topic and all this stuff, all the easy targets, and you're refusing to own it now.
I told Tim, you asked me to rate him on a scale of 0 to 1,000. I said it's 0.
And then,
what do you want from me?
Explain why you don't like him, other than it's not hard to play the Joker.
You're trying to bait me into slandering him or something.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
then I'm going to sue you.
You and Jared Leto are in cahoots on this.
He's given me power of attorney. I can do anything on his behalf.
He's your Peter Thiel, huh? He's funding all these things. No, I don't hate him. I have nothing personal against him. I just think he's...
Why have been talking shit for 15 years about
think he's
Jared
overrated.
How so?
I told you.
Besides the Joker.
And
pretend it's 2013.
All the method acting bullshit. Method acting stinks.
All right.
Yeah. And especially with this Joker
Do you
stuff.
hate Dustin Hoffman?
In a way, I do. I especially hate all these stories about like, oh, Jared Leto sent all these gifts. He sent like a dead pig to Will
Yeah, but
Smith.
before all that stuff.
But it's like, that's not even method acting. He's
So you
telling his assistant, like, yeah, send him a dead pig.
So you hate method acting, but
Yeah.
then you also hate that he's not method acting.
Yeah, I do, because it's like pretend.
So what's he supposed to do?
Just do regular acting. Don't do method acting, but especially don't do fake method
You don't know
acting.
anything about acting, Tom?
I know, Tim. I could teach you a thing or two about acting.
All right, teach me one
This
or
whole,
two. Your choice.
Tim. This whole time, I've been playing a character. This isn't even. My name is John Williamson, and the character Tom Reynolds is a complete fabrication of my mind.
What's John Williamson like?
He's a very agreeable person. He's very nice. I couldn't tell you because he is such a method actor.
Wait, you just said that method acting is bad.
If done improperly.
All right, this is going nowhere. You've had too many beers, Tom.
Look, I'm just saying I don't like the guy, and I don't need to explain myself to you or anybody else.
I know. That's fine.
Yeah.
I gave you a forum. You crapped out.
Well,
You're a coward.
You know, I don't need a forum.
Well, then why did
It's
you...
fine. He never did anything to me.
I know, but then why do you talk about him so badly all
I
the time?
don't talk about him badly all
You
the time.
do.
Give examples besides a tweet, which was a joke.
Oh, my God.
I'm the titular joker in that case.
You freaked out. You, talked about his Oscar acceptance speech. About how he thanked his fans of 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah.
And how, crazy and, unprofessional that was.
No, I didn't.
You've crapped all over his method acting for
Yeah.
years.
Okay.
You said he wasn't handsome.
No, I've never said that.
I can't believe you knew his name in Fight Club. His character.
Yeah, Tim. I mean,
Bigger fan than I thought.
I just remember from the poster where he was top billed.
He wasn't top billed.
He was
Brad
up there.
Pitt and Ed Norton were in that movie.
From The Honeymooners?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ralph Cramden and Ed Norton.
Now,
Wow,
that's a movie I'd
that's
watch.
a Fight Club I'd watch, right?
Yeah.
Who would be the Tyler Durden? Cramden, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, actually, it's a good question. Norton, the things you own end up owning you.
yeah, that's more Durden-esque.
Yeah. Norton, I've got a great idea. We're going to start a soap company. All right, Ralph. Norton, you're doing it all wrong.
All right. If you like the show, you can go get more information at tcgte.com. You can friend us on Facebook or do whatever you do on Facebook, facebook.com/complete guide. You can follow us on Twitter at complete guide. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at your pal Tim.
You can follow me at Tom Reynolds.
You can support the show one of two ways. The fun way, Patreon. You get tcgte.com/pledge. You get things like a free mini episode, amazing facts every week. Tom, what was this week's fact?
This was about Disney theme parks.
Did I make you mad, Tom?
No, I'm thinking about,
Jared
maybe
Leto?
I've been wrong about Jared Leto.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I wish you had given me time
Well, maybe I've
to
just
make an
never
actual
seen.
case.
Maybe I've just never seen him in 4DX.
You've never seen him with wind blowing in your
Yeah.
face and your seat rumbling.
Maybe
Just
when he talks, it spits, and maybe he smells really nice in the
Mm.
movie.
That makes sense with the voice that you said.
Yeah.
That he, or you can support us the easy way. tcgte.com/Amazon. If you're doing Amazon shopping, that brings you to the same Amazon you know and love. We get a little bit of a kickback at no cost to you. I know a lot of you do that, and we really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
What else? We got shows coming up.
Big shows, really big shoes.
Scotland, Edinburgh, That's on
Wednesday, September 21st.
Yeah, and the ticket link came down for a minute. I don't know what
It
happened.
is back,
It
baby.
is back up. Something I think
The
fringe,
bitch is back.
the fringe kind of knocked everything
Yeah, I
loose
think
over
it
there.
did.
And then we're doing the London Podcast Festival. September 23rd and 24th are our shows, but the festival is longer than that. It's at King's Place, the best place in London. All this, tcgte.com/tour. Get tickets. Tickets are moving, people.
Moving like you wouldn't believe.
They're
Believe
crazy.
me.
Believe me, these tickets are they're gonna sell out.
Norton, the first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club, even to Alice.
Well, Alice is Alice real in this scenario?
Alice is Helena Bonham Carter.
But then what about Mitzi? What's Norton's wife?
Oh God, it's Alice and oh shit.
Things that could easily be looked at. We should have a producer here, Tom.
Yeah. The second rule of Fight Club, Norton, is you don't talk about Fight Club, or else pow to the moon. Oh, all right, Ralph. I'm gonna tell the other guys in the sewer about Fight Club. Norton.
The other thing that you can do if you're like Tom and spend most of your time on Reddit. Reddit, by the way, invested in by one Jared Leto.
Invested in by, yep.
Jared Leto. And how would you?
He is an investor in Reddit.
Yeah, but how would you say that if you're saying
Reddit is funded by Jared Leto.
Not, but it's not completely.
100%.
Wow,
Yeah.
I did not know that about Reddit.
Yeah, he was researching a role into being a computer for a movie.
Being a computer.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
What movie was this?
The only it didn't come out.
Straight to video, like chapter 27.
It was a reboot of the computer wears tennis shoes.
You can
A gritty reboot.
go to Reddit /r/TCGTE. Is that what it is?
Yes.
They put a .com in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And chat about the thing. Kat does a real good job doing things with that.
Yeah.
Kat also does the quotes account, and Kat's great. Really running out of steam here tonight, huh? You Tom?
Uh-huh.
Seems like you got in a real bad mood a second ago.
No, I didn't get in a bad mood. I'm trying to think where all this hostility came from you. I'm just trying to imagine.
You speak badly about somebody for 15 years, and
How
I stand
much-
idly by, and I feel bad about it myself.
When's the
Tom.
last time you've seen a movie with Jared Leto?
Requiem for a Dream?
Yeah. That was a great movie. He was great in that. I mean, it was a depressing movie.
Yeah, but he was method acting for that, Tom.
Was he doing heroin?
He lived on the streets.
The character didn't really live on the streets for most of the movie.
Well, he did.
Yeah, I like that movie. That movie actually wasn't depressing to me because I walked out of that movie thinking, oh boy, I guess my problems aren't that bad.
That's true.
Yeah. I don't like movies. It's depressing to me when movies have like a bunch of problems in them that I have.
Yeah.
And then they're like followed to their logical conclusion. I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
But
other people's problems, you're like, well, thank God.
yeah, well,
I don't
I'm
have
like,
to deal with other
I'm like,
people's
well,
problems.
I don't use heroin, so I'm not gonna, go down that path. If I was using heroin, I'd see that movie like, yeah, that's what heroin's like in the beginning when it's real fun, and I'd be like, oh, that's what happens. Oh, then they have to cut your arm off.
That movie doesn't.
They didn't even cut his arm off for real. Some method actor.
All right. See you next week.